Time change, but I think perseverance is the key and adaptation is the key. For Tim Hortons, I think it's been a fantastic journey for any international brand coming into India. There's a lot of work which starts even before the brand actually gets launched, right? So I think we started the journey about a year back. We started doing a lot of research across the country to understand the taste palette, the flavor palette that people like, what are the expectations from a brand like ours. So this is the unique case for Tim Hortons where we launched with 2 coffee bean profiles. We had a medium roast and a dark roast because we realized the category is still evolving. And in terms of what people expect from coffee, there is quite a bit of variability in terms of the strain that they like and the flavor that they like. So I think we did a lot of research on that. And then obviously, while it's an international platform for beverages, when it comes to food, Indians have a very different expectation. So they want a global beverage platform, but they want a very close to home flavor when it comes to food that they're comfortable with. So we experimented a lot with international platforms like croissants, wraps, piadinas, and then we kind of developed Indian flavorings to go with, or flavors to go with that. So that was taken very well. And the fact that we were doing fresh food in a cafe, the orders are made to, the food is assembled, made to order. I think that was a very fresh thing for people in India from a cafe perspective. And I think that's been taken very well. I would say global food platforms, but Indian taste profiles, or even more universal, something which is universally acceptable in India. I came in when there were 12 stores. That time it was all north-centric. And then what has happened in the last 2 years is, while we are at 40 stores now, what has also happened is that we have spread across the country. So from Delhi and Punjab, we spread to Mumbai, Pune, Ahmedabad, Bangalore and Hyderabad. So a lot of cities have been covered in west and south, and all the major cities have a presence now. So in terms of taking a brand national is what we have done over the last 2 years. That's a lot of work which has happened on the business development side. On the product side and the offerings, I think what we have done is a very consolidated value chain to give a very similar experience to people all over the country. So whether you have a Tim Hortons product in Delhi or whether you have it in Mumbai, we'll find the product consistency is something that we really worked on very well in terms of taste profile, in terms of what people like and what we're able to deliver. So it's the same internationally acclaimed Tim Hortons hospitality and service that you get in all our stores. So see, cafe as a category is still evolving. It's evolving really fast, but it's evolving. It had a very small base to start with, but now you see a lot of interest in the category with both international and domestic chains coming in. And obviously, while India is a big market and there are a lot of competition, I think everybody is trying to evolve and find their own niche in a very demographic customer base, a very distinct customer profiles, both in terms of demographics as well as socioeconomic backgrounds. We cater to a very young clientele, but we also cater to a very diverse clientele. So I think that is something which is still evolving for everybody. For Tim Hortons, what you've got is an international beverage platform, like I said, with fresh food, donuts and timbits, which are unique to us in Tim Hortons. And we've tried to create spaces. I think the ambience, the experience, the spaces are very important. So try to give spaces which people are comfortable with, whether they are coming to work or they're coming to enjoy as a friend group or as a family. So the space of the real estate is something that they can really kind of enjoy. So that is a uniqueness that we've tried to create. And obviously innovation is a never-ending process. We have different flavors that we experiment with in every season. For Indian festivals, we do something different every time, right? So that's something which is there, and that keeps us really excited, and it also keeps the customers very excited. We love that. I think it is very important that in a vibrant country like ours, which is a thriving market, I think it's very good to have customers who are experiential, who are demanding, who have experimented with the product and the brands all over the globe, and different brands and different concepts. And therefore, they have a right to expect the best in India. And I think that is something that we are really determined to deliver that, because I think that really makes us better. It helps the brand to evolve in the marketplace. And we really love that. We don't see that as a problem. I think we are growing a culture which is basically to say that, one is in terms of the product, which is beverage innovation and food innovation. What is very important is how many occasions can we touch for the customer, right? So between on-premise consumption, off-premise consumption, how can we reach his household? How can we reach experiences, special occasions, in Tim Hortons, I think we are privileged that we see a very demographic set of customers. We've got adolescents coming, we've got teenagers coming, we've got a more mature audience, we've got 2 or 3 generations of people coming in together sometimes because they see it as a family outing as well. So I think that is something which is unique to us and which is always evolving, and that's what we bring to the Indian customers. I think that is really important because it's a very complex market, and it is not one market. I think India is an amalgamation of various markets. It's like a subcontinent or a continent, whatever it is. So in terms of what the customer wants, in terms of how the market behaves, in terms of legislation, in terms of food norms, I think there's a lot of complexity in this market. And I think any partner, any international brand coming into India will need to do a lot of research, will need a retail Indian partner, because whether it is in terms of real estate development, whether it is in terms of developing vendors, developing products, I think it's always good to have a vendor or a partner who is very well entrenched into India. I think that really kind of cuts short the timeline of the launch. And also, I think it's a fair thing because what the customer expects, we're able to deliver from day one. Otherwise, a lot of brands come in sometimes, they just copy paste from international markets. And then they learn, that the customer is very different. Their expectations in terms of profiles, sales profiles, ambience, in terms of pricing are very, very diverse when it comes to other parts of the world. So I think it's always good to have a local partner. So we just started this very recently. I think we developed this range especially for India. We started it a few months back. So there's a lot of work which is happening, at the back of the house on this in terms of development, in terms of making sure that we develop a more diverse, more interesting range. And I think innovation will keep on happening, collaborations will keep on happening. But this is a category which is still evolving for us. I think the whole brand experience, if you can walk away with it with a cup in your hand and you will take it home, I think it's a good thing because that's what the brand stands for, and people are proudly displaying it. I think it's very good for us. We really love to see a customer carrying or whether it is serving at home or they're carrying it in their office. I think if they're holding a Tim Hortons cup, it really makes our day. I think the customer is giving you a huge opportunity when he's holding your merchandise. It talks about love, it talks about trust, and we absolutely love it. I think innovation, like I said, will keep on happening in this summer season itself. After this cooler range, I think we've got 2 new platforms that we're going to launch over the next 3 months or so. So that is one part. And then obviously in terms of development, I think we are there in the major core cities now, and we're looking to expand our presence, explore multiple channels. I think what is very relevant for a cafe category is that we explore multiple channels. So we started our airport division 1.5 years back. We've got 6 stores at the airports now. We realized we are very popular at airports, and the category is really does very well in that kind of a channel. So I think we are exploring new channels, we're exploring new cities, exploring retail platforms. The fact that we are part of the apparel group gives us a lot of visibility, in malls, in high street visibility locations. So I think that's something that we're really going to build on. When we develop a market, we develop it as a geographical hub for ourselves. So let's say if you're going to Mumbai, Pune becomes the natural extension, right? So similarly, when you go to a major city, whatever can be serviced within 200, 300 kilometers, if they are good cities, you're able to service those. So I think that becomes a natural extension. And that's how you want to go. I think Tim Hortons in India had a grand start. It's been taken very well, and we're really thankful to the customers for the trust that they repose in us. And I think that is something we're very conscious. Our team is very, very conscious that is something we need to always live up to every day. and we want to just grow on that and want to build on that, and you want to have more stores, more presence, so that the customers are able to reach out to us and physically experience the store and the experience. So that's what you're going to build here. I tend to read 5 or 6 books at one time. Always, tough times never last up, people do. And I think that's one of my favorites, because times change, but I think perseverance is the key and adaptation is the key, whether it is for business or it is for individuals. I think that really defines the character of the person, what he sees a situation and how he reacts to it.